I want to play this pick. This is what is good here. I'm comfortable on this here, and sometimes it doesn't make sense. And just have to kind of capitulate. So we'll see what happens. DRX starting off on the blue side here. And we'll see. Okay, so they're going to ban the Varus. Feels like one of the first things that allows the red side to just go ahead and ban Pantheon Azir Yunara if that one is banned by blue side.
Yeah, it's a trade of bans, right? If you don't ban the Varus, then they have to ban it. But, you know, if you have Varus up, then the Yunara becomes a little bit tougher. So, like, they won't ban Varus on red side necessarily if you're looking for that first pick. This has kind of been the new way on blue side, is to ban the Varus Talia. And then the third ban is a little bit more open-ended. See Wukong ban in this third spot a lot to then get the Yunara ban out of the third spot in the red side. It's a pretty set-in-stone meta. We got a lot of OP champs that usually don't make it.
Yep, Yunara has to be banned.
Nico instead, though.
Yeah.
So now, if you ban Wukong, it's a huge mistake, and they'll first pick Yunara. You have to ban the Yunara, and they get Wukong for free. That is just how it goes. But do we see Rai Xinjiao, or do they have a different answer?
Yeah, that's always what we're looking at. So Wukong is generally the first pick here. Sponge gives the nod. There's the Wukong.
This is just like, it's solved. This meta is very solved.
Rise Xinjiao. No.
Okay,
Gwen Xinjiao.
And then deny the Gwen. This is a risky move, though, because Aurora is open.
Slam the Aurora.
Aurora should get locked here, you have to imagine. What comes with it, though, is a little bit more open-ended. Okay.
Yeah. Any Wukong. Definitely very common.
Don't have to lock Aurora here, but you will not get another chance, and they will get it.
And the Korean commentators are losing their minds.
Now Victor just going to get locked. They could go for Galio, which makes more sense to me. And
that's 3 circles, Wolf.
Yeah, I do think that gets a circle for me on an X. I'm going to approve that pick. The problem is that your Gwen is going to have a tough time. Clear is going to need resources. Assuming Rich doesn't mess it up, Poppy, second phase ban, should be joined by an Alistar. You have to imagine. The Wukong Rakan is very strong. With Poppy banned, you kind of now feel priced in to also ban the Rakan, I assume, here on red side, unless you're planning on R4ing it yourself. See what they decide to do. Because, like, if you get Rakan in this draft for DRX, it is not going to be a fun time for BNK.
It feels like we have been all on the Rakan Wukong hype train. Some of the teams have skewed away from that. You know, we did see Nautilus picked instead, which is going to be banned. I mean, you could also still just pick Rakan here on 4, which I think is honestly a pretty good move.
Yeah, maybe they are planning to do that. We'll see if DRX decide to ban it themselves now.
And they just play Xayah into all of the dive from the side of DRX. I feel like it's...
You could just ban Xayah here too, instead, which feels relatively safe. They did not ban Kai'Sa, which is pretty interesting too, because Kai'Sa is insanely strong for DRX's comp. And Teddy is really good at it. So this is going to get a little bit funky here in these last 4 picks. Diablo could go for the pick away here. That Rakan is still a question mark. Or we just go Lucian. It's Diablo.
Very strong. We saw it Teddy, or not Teddy. I was thinking about Teddy as the T180 carry. My brain's lost in a time loop. Gumiusi did on Lucian yesterday, so you know it's pretty incredible what the Lucians can do at times.
It's
Xayah Rakan.
Yeah, no, this draft is crazy for DRX. Yeah. Actually, kind of unreal that they get away with this.
They basically got everything they wanted.
They have an insane dive comp that has unlimited engage. And the Xayah is not a weak point in this draft at all because you're playing into a nearly full melee comp. And to be honest, I prefer the Milio to the Nami right now, but the Braum is definitely the best choice of the 3.
Yeah.
Especially into this comp for DRX. The Braum value is actually really high. So, does make a lot of sense. So, it'll be the 3rd game of Lucian for Diablo. His 3rd most played alongside Varus and Jhin. Just looking up the stat because It's a champ that really suits him. It allows you to really showcase your skill expression in the 2v2 in lane and outside of lane in skirmishes, in battles for prio. If you see blood in the water or your support sets you up, this is definitely a Diablo pick, even though we liked some of the other options instead. It's a lot of burst damage, low range, but you have also a melee setup on your own side to get in there. My concern is what happens in the other lanes. You know, what happens in the Aurora Gwen matchup? That's where I'm a little bit concerned for Clear.
Yeah, it should be an issue on paper. As you mentioned, you know, it does require Ridge to play it out well. We have seen this matchup before. It doesn't mean that, oh, the Gwen 100% loses 100% of the time. It just means that she's going to have a difficult time. And sometimes the teams can figure it out and play around that and give them resources as trying to go to Lolly Knight.
I saw that one guy in the audience on the right side eating popcorn and grinning. That's me every time I watch a Rise Group match. Yeah. Got to keep that popcorn filled up. We're in for a series here, Valdez. I'm ready to game.
It's going to be crazy. Every Rise matchup is just like this. DRX versus BNK. Let's get into it.
소환사의 협곡에 오신 것을 환영합니다.
All right, game number 1 of this Rise Group matchup. Match 128. About halfway through. A little bit over halfway through.
Yeah, got about a month left.
Yeah.
So, you know, it feels like we're towards the end because it's a long season, it's a long year, but if you think about the old format, it's actually quite a significant amount of time before we hit playoffs and start going to the finals later on in September.
미니언들이 생성되었습니다.
No shenanigans here at level 1. The Lucian Braum, incredibly powerful, but they're not going to commit to trying to lock out spawns or anything like that. Just going to look for a stronger 2v2 setup. For a moment, I was like, I see that. No, they're just gonna head back down to the brush in the bottom lane. Sponge playing very respectfully because he knows the power of Braum. Plus, Lucian is insane. Really only rivaled in the past by Braum Ashe, which we don't really see anymore. Ashe has fallen out completely.
Yeah, remember that champion. Good times.
All right.
I was like, if I hit them with the quill.
I just don't like it when it's chicken on the concussive blows.
Yeah,
it just
I'm fine with it.
I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. I know
he has a skewer there.
He's kebabbing. Why isn't it just a kebab, like a euro or something? Come on. It's just chicken? That's it?
It's just chicken.
It's chicken on a bone. That's not how you make kebabs. I mean, I'm not even trying to throw strays at the skin designer. It's a great skin.
I mean, it kind of are, though, you know?
The concussive blows icon's the only problem I have with it. It's otherwise perfect, man. When I'm in Berlin, I get one of those late at night every time.
Yeah, so good.
Anyway.
It's not going to be a fun time for them regardless.
No, it's not. It's really not.
It's not going to be a fun time for Wolf looking at the concussive blow symbol.
Well,
but it's also not going to be a fun
it's
time.
It's okay.
DRX looking at the concussive blow symbol.
No.
Wukong Annie wins in Rise Group. You press your buttons, you go in, and you get kills.
Yeah.
It's hard not to be on the same page.
Simple is better. We have certainly figured that out this year in the LCK. Earlier on, we were like, maybe it's because it's fearless. No, I think it's just a, you know, combos are strong. It's hard to outplay them. They have the Aurora into the Gwen, which, by the way, we haven't looked at that one too much, but we're going to get a flash.
Yeah, flash on in, heal, and barrier utilized just to try to survive, but it's still a lot of tempo. And this isn't tempo vibes.
No.
This is just real tempo in the lane. Diablo and Kellen saying, we are the 2v2 masters. We are going to punish you.
That's the power of this draft they've chosen in the bottom lane. This is the power of what they opted into in the top lane. Rich is certainly winning, as you would expect. Now, Raptor's going to try to follow up here and maybe set up a dive onto Ando before his AD carry gets back. Teddy's still flashless.
Nicely done by Kellen. Gets in, gets the aggro, immediately flashes away from the knockup. It was pretty clear that Ando wanted to try to kill Kellen.
Can they just deny Teddy from getting back to the turret? I think they can. Like, he has to just wait, and this is such a disaster. This is such a well-timed dive here.
It's also backing on Vision. I mean, they know he's swapping, so immense amount of knowledge given over to BNK.
Yeah, even this the teleport from Rich straight into the wave as well, because he knows that this is just not anything that they could salvage otherwise without a swap. This matchup today, both times, the Gallios really putting the pressure on. Down a lot in CS, however. Not a hard to last hit in this matchup. Yeah, Undil is split from Teddy. So all of that pressure they put on just moments ago that got his flash as well means that Undil becomes a sitting duck. They take him down. Someone's got to get some XP, right? And then they just go straight into a flashless Xayah and deny him from getting back to the turret. So he has to go top lane. He has no farm. He is just hit level 3, by the way. He was level 2 when I was starting that sense. He just hit 3, but is a whole level behind, essentially, Diablo here, effectively.
Yeah. And again, I mean, they saw Teddy backing, so they know that he would be up here, which means that Diablo and Kellen immediately match the swap, and they say, okay, well, you're not avoiding us. It's not going to happen.
And that is why Clear doesn't have to TP. They had the wave pushed in. He just instantly goes bottom as well.
Uh-oh. Follow-up dive.
No flash on either player.
No summoners at all. And now it looks like maybe Kellen goes down, but this should be 2 kills here to the side of BNK. It's a relatively clean dive, as long as they get this kill on a Diablo, which they will. Here comes Sponge, but he's too little and too late.
I think Sponge maybe could have tried to read this a little bit earlier and come up, but he's Wukong pre-6. He wants to farm it out. Man, this is... The game plan is shut Teddy out, and it is working so far amazingly well here for BNK. And I think it's not a weird read to have. Like, hey, you know, this Teddy guy's a big problem. He keeps carrying these games. It's the key player matchup. Let's camp him.
Yeah, no, it's a good idea.
3 kills on Illusion at 6 minutes?
Diablo's got a big smile on his face. Kellen's talking, you know, everything's going well. And now, trying to engage here onto the Galio is Ondil. Just a little bit of pressure, helping out Yehu.
Sponge gonna come over here, try to see if he can find something on these Raptors.
Still Braum, but that is a big Tibbers onto 2 of them, and Kellen is getting pretty low, but the Galio follow-up is there. Sponge maybe in a little bit of trouble as now the taunt comes down, and Sponge barely, but he will be flashed over, and Raptor picks up the kill. This is all coming up BNK in this early game.
Yeah, Teddy's trying to freeze a little bit and try to deny some farm to Diablo. He's even the CS up, but it's just not worth. Now over here, this is just literally all 4 summoners down, as you mentioned. Good dive from Raptor. Kellen picks up the aggro. He dies, but it's worth it. And Raptor just has to walk away, and all Diablo doesn't have to do anything skillful at the end of that. He just has to auto. And here, I think the idea is to try to stop Diablo from getting back to the lane while also potentially getting a pick. But the ult is here for the Galio, and like, Diablo doesn't get here in time, but imagine if Diablo gets a 4th kill here. It's Raptor who ends up picking it up in the end. That's a big fail there. Teddy was the benefactor of this. Like I said, he froze the lane a little bit, but he's still 15 CS down. Bit of a trade here, where this matchup is also turned a little bit, which is not great for DRX. There's not a lot of good news anywhere, huh?
Yeah, it's not the best start for them. I mean, they have a lot of things that are winning in their draft, and we liked their draft, but sometimes you just get outplayed in the early game especially. I do like that Diablo and Kellen had the confidence to just go for this duo and say, you know, we could take the Rakan away, we could do something, or we could just dive you like 8 times instead. And they do have some summoners back, but it's not going to be enough as the culling rather, as Kellen goes down, is going to be enough. It's 5-0 for Diablo 8 minutes into the game, Wolf.
This game is probably over now. Because the draft...
5-0!
The draft is insane for DRX. Like, it's such a good draft, but this is the BNK way. They just do things their style. Like, I'm gonna play League of Legends the way I like to play League of Legends. Doesn't matter. And they take a square peg and take a hammer, which has Diablo as like the top of the hammer, and then Kellen is the stick that swings it.
And Raptor's a chainsaw that they brought along.
and they just slam the square peg into the round hole, and it makes it through. And like, just constantly diving Teddy in this game, and there's no answer at all from Sponge. Like, 0. He's late to the defense twice. Now has level 6, so is on the opposite side of the map. And they're just like, well, we kill him again.
That's how you deal with the Wukong, I guess. Just dive before he's relevant. But yeah, I mean, if he were there... Oh, man. Take a look at the item value difference It's early on in the game. We generally don't get these, but we also generally don't get 5-0 Lucians at 8 minutes into the game, so...
Yeah, the term item value is very funny when you look at the value items that Teddy has. Like, he got... He got like the Kroger brand of items. Diablo's Essence Reaver. Don't worry, the call will cash in. Invest now.
This is pretty funny as well. Kellen just giving the thumbs up. He's like, you think that you are going to access this wave? I don't think so. He nearly actually kills Diablo, but I think he still will die here as the follow-up comes in. Kellen got to pick up the kill, and I think they're just fine with that. I mean, Kellen gave him the sign. He gave him the thumbs up. He's like, you're not allowed to access here. And Rich is like, you know what? I'm going to access there.
I think Diablo, when he went for his dash, he autoed a minion at the beginning there, which cost him some damage. But still, they make it work. Doesn't matter. Clear is the cross map. They do not have teleport for Kellen, but this Gwen is just clearing the wave. It's too slow.
Yeah, meanwhile, Yehu trying to get in, barely gets missed by that taunt. Has to flash away. Just trying to zone the Galio, I guess, from helping the dive top, which didn't work anyway, even though the Galio wasn't there.
Yeah. Well, this one is really, like, it feels like we're really grasping at straws already. It's an 1,800 gold lead.
He has a BF sword as well. What is happening?
I'll need to tell you guys what the F stands for in this one.
Far ahead, I think.
He also has
gold?
I think he has a BF lead. Starting to feel like there's a bit of a BF coordination issue.
Oh God!
Like I just don't know what you can do now outside of a big mistake from BNK. Like the bottom dive onto Rich was almost a mistake. Like they kind of whiffed it, but it just, they have such a lead that it doesn't matter. They can still pull it off. Kellen stole the kill away, but who cares ultimately?
Yeah.
We're not even having a replay of that because we're going to watch it again in real time. You don't need to watch that last one.
This time Rich smartly is going to walk away.
It's a turret gank.
Yeah, turret gank.
Turret. And they're going to also attempt the cross map. Guess who's there? Vikla
He's
with
standing
his Galio.
Board is clear, and now he's getting a dope by quite a few many people, but here comes the Galio. It's still going to be a kill. And a nice Featherstorm to try to get away from Vikla.
Okay, that's something back if Vikla's a little bit faster with that ult. I don't think that happens. They are going to race the turret as well. Diablo, pretty big, has an extra BF sword, but it's 4 people here. It's going to be close. I think DRX might just barely edge it out.
They should be able to. Ooh, taking a little bit of extra time there at the end.
Yeah, Diablo, like, trying to deny minions or something there. Maybe he just realized he couldn't win the race and just decided to opt out.
Both of them were like, oh, we don't win this. Took their foot off the gas pedal.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. I don't think they will be able to punish Teddy, but he is down ult.
Yeah.
I'll have to flash this.
Into a taunt, I mean, it's a nice amount of damage regardless.
Okay. He's fine. They got the turret. It's not enough for feats, but it's still a win. Only 2,000 gold, which is all on Diablo behind. So maybe...
And there's a jungle diff as well.
Yeah, maybe there's a way to where DRX's better teamfighting comp arguably just ends up setting up big combos with the Tibbers, the Aurora ultimate between Worlds and the Cyclone. You know, maybe that gets them back into a win here on an upcoming Dragon fight, for example. Probably not this next one. I think it's probably going to be a double Dragon here, but maybe on the 3rd Dragon. You know? I'm make-believing.
Yes.
I was taught well by Mr. Rogers.
I feel like the straws you're grasping at are also make-believe. Like, there's like actually nothing there. You're just grasping at thin air. Yeah. Sponge has to flash. This is a minute before the Drake spawns, so even if they had a thought about getting in towards that Drake, it's now gone.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of, like, who's the trolley that comes into the neighborhood. I think it's Diablo.
Yeah.
I think, like, the whistle is blaring. And the make-believe is going to end really fast. Okay, Rich, you know, with some help here, Cyclone available. Vikla has flash, but no friends.
Yeah. I mean, let's see what he does, if he is going to flash, or when he's going to. He does it after the taunt. Nicely done. Still a bunch of damage comes in from Sponge. It's not quite enough, but Vikla will get away.
I think Sponge might have been able to get that there. Rich also had flash, but you know, they were scared. Somebody's coming over. It was Diablo in this case, who was coming to catch the aggression. And a near victory there for DRX. Still, I mean, a small win. Push Vikla out, get his flash. The Dragon setup here, much better for BNK. Vikla does have TP. We'll actually just send clear to get the wave topside. You know, TP down to the bottom lane, can ult into the Dragon fight if there is a contest from DRX, but like I said, I don't think you should be on this one. Double Dragon will go over the Soul, yet unknown. Could be Infernal, that would be a rough time. Oh, it's Mountain.
Or Mountain, yeah. Mountain from this far ahead, I mean, when you're dealing with Annie Wukong, that's going to take a lot of that burst damage away. Again, this is assuming that BNK can stack it and get a Mountain Soul. So feels like a pretty good roll for them.
Teddy, I believe, just finished his call. Oh, he's got one stack left, so he's about to cash that in. He's a whole item behind. Like, IE is done for Diablo at 15 cents. Sub 15.
Insane.
So, like, this is what happens in your worst nightmare in solo queue, but it's a pro game at the LCK where you really desperately need your 8th win. Teddy has been known to carry games like this, though, despite a deficit. He's going to need a lot of help from his teammates, though, in this one, as this is going to be the mid turret to go down. They already got feats of strength. They did not get first turret, but they'll get their first turret of the game. Well, actually second, but the bottom turret did go down. Yeah. Ultimately. It didn't go down first, as...
Another charge went into mid, by the way, and now little fake dive, trying to get Raptor down. It's not quite going to work, and now we got a TP into 2. Bunch of burst damage into Diablo, who's going to get healed up, and now he's in an awkward spot, and Sponge is right here! The barrier comes through, but he has the damage, and that's a massive shutdown given over to Sponge. Meanwhile, on the top lane, Raptor's going to go down, and Clear is about to follow. And all of a sudden, DRX find the angle as the Winds of War look kind of silly, and that is 4 kills into the hands of DRX as they take the gold lead.
All right. You know, that's the kind of swing that DRX fans are looking for. That's the kind of swing that I see in my Rise group games. That's that guy who's eating the popcorn is looking for a top-up after that one.
Yeah.
And that should also be a turret here, the second for DRX. They get the outer in return. As,
how did this happen?
Well, a big overextension. By the way, Teddy was not here for most of this. As you can see, the Rift Herald charged into his inner while this was happening. This was a massive overextension, though, and Kellen, with this ward here, like, he sees his demise right away. As Yehu shows up, he's like, oh. And then from here, like, how do you decide to choose the right target? Like, Sponge has ult, so you can't turn on to him. Trying to turn on to Rich because he's squishy, but he has his ult. And Clear just isn't big enough to run him down right now. He's does kind of run down into the turret there to try to buy some space for his teammates on the bottom side. Vikla here is never going to get out. And a flash has to be employed by Kellen to get out of there. They did not check that ward. And that's really the big story here as Yehu gets behind them. And it's 4 dead. A gold lead goes over to DRX. But Teddy, again, not really a part of that. So he's still behind. And killing Diablo gives you a shutdown, but he's still strong. Yehu, on the other hand.
Yeah, Claire trying his best. A lot of needles go in. But also Redemption utilized there just to keep him topped up, keep him healthy. See Redemption so often.
I know, Redemption
nowadays.
used to be like a niche item that you would use in some comps with enchanters, and now it's just like every single game somebody's got it at least once.
It's Redemption or Mikhail's or I guess Locket occasionally. But yeah, it's coming up very often.
I do think that we've gotten to a place though, Valdez, where support item diversity is way better than it has been for so long. So I'm just gonna let it be.
Yeah.
We might see Shirelius again soon, you know? Like, let's let him cook, okay?
Sure. Why not?
You know, Abyssal Mask. Bring it back.
Abyssal Mask.
That's
not a real item.
Maybe not that one, no.
Yeah. No.
Maybe not. Don't bring that one back. But Slay, you know?
Yes. Slay.
Doesn't have to be Celestial opposition every game.
We saw Elise last series. Lahen's building the
Zazax?
Zazax, yeah. I saw it. It was real.
It was real.
It wasn't celestial
It's not just
opposition.
it's not just for my brand supports in solo queue. When
Yeah.
I tell them please play engage, and they just pick brand and go Zazax for some reason. All right, Teddy is in danger, but he has ult and flash. Will he have to use both? No.
Going in on a sponge, actually. They're pretty deep, though, in the enemy jungle at this point in time. Tons of damage goes on a Raptor. Diablo, very nice dodge, though, as the exhaust is going to help Boundle out quite a bit and keep him alive. Now the re-engage is coming in. A sponge is here. The flank is coming out. The Aurora can just drop the ult onto everybody. Look at the damage as they're all caught out. And Diablo, even with the amount he has fed, is not able to help out his team. Clear gets taken out. DRX are just baiting them in, and BNK fall for it every time.
I mean, BNK, like, this is the second time you've overcommitted to try to kill an isolated target. And this time it's like under inner turret, basically, you're trying to make this happen with no idea what could happen behind you. Like, there's just no real coverage there. Like, they're trying to set up deep vision while they're doing this in the jungle, but they left themselves wide open from a flank from behind. And like, look at this. They're like, plan is kill Teddy, still correct? And it's like, yes, okay, good, continue plan. And Teddy just ults, and then suddenly Wukong Annie. 100% win rate in Rise Group. Plus Rakan! You can't be up like that. They're gonna engage on you. You're gonna get caught. You're gonna get cut off, and then Rich's TP flank here, which is super deep, and just don't have an answer for. Really nicely played by Rich. Gets over the wall, drops his ult. Diablo pushed out of the fight, clears the victim at the end of that one. Get the heal.
Yeah. I just remember earlier in this game, we were talking about how
The draft of DRX was good? Oh, that was before the game.
No, that was before the game. How BNK, they just play at their own pace. They kind of do whatever they want. We were sort of praising them for it because their dives were excellent. Their early game was excellent. And they were just putting on so much pressure. They were getting so much value. And now it's like the plan is the same. They're playing at their own pace. They're doing what they want, but it's not good anymore.
Yeah, it's like, well, we kind of passed the time where you just, you push Teddy out of the game. You already got the item lead. Now you don't have it anymore. We became a little bit robotic on this one. You ever watch Tron Legacy? You know, it's like the second Tron movie.
I think you made me watch that.
Yeah, I make people watch it all the time.
Yeah.
It's a great movie.
It was good, yeah.
The next movie's coming out soon. I'm cautiously optimistic about it. But there's a scene at the end where, you know, Clue says, "Am I still to create the perfect system?" And Jeff Bridges is like, "Yes." I feel like that's the moment that's happening, right? If you're a Tron fan, you know what I'm talking about. The BNK are just like, is still to kill Teddy, must kill Teddy, and it's like, you know, whoever's shot calling is like, yeah, and now we're just getting caught over and over.
Yeah, he doesn't have his flash. He's just kind of dead. Yes, Gwen is immune for about a split second, and that's the fourth death.
I don't think there is much coming back in this one, anyways, for BNK. I said that about DRX earlier, but
I'm gonna wait and see.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I'm at. Well,
Yahoo is just gonna delay them here. Now they are on Otacon. Some of the resistance has got shredded. Teddy has
turning
ult.
onto the Galio. Vikla just TPs straight into the Zaya and dies.
Am I still to create the imperfect Rise Group?
Yes, Wolf, you are. It's just Otacon.
Caster curses, etc. Oh, well.
Starting Otacon, is it safe or not? It's safe. It's very safe.
Yeah.
I'm just memeing at this point.
I don't. So let's try to figure out the ways back into this game for BNK.
Yeah.
Because I didn't really expect the level of overextension we've seen in this. I want to see Clear's vision toggle on this one. Because, by the way, you could see he has vision behind the pit, on the Otacon, and on the southern entrance to the pit. He just walks in to where everyone will likely be contesting Otacon, which he knows. Then this TP, oh man, they just did him dirty on the zoom in. He just, he was a bag of gold. He arrived, and now he doesn't have teleport.
Yeah. It kind of goes back to the draft where they gave over Rakan.
I mean, the draft allows you for some really good punishes if people make huge mistakes, and mistakes are just like it's been, if you look at the log of moves for BNK, it has been erroneous. So unfortunately, like the chess.com is like blunder after blunder is coming through.
They're nonstop. It's only blunders. Maybe this time. Oh! Okay, he's charging in.
All right, that's
It's
a shutdown.
audacious.
Yeah, it was quite audacious. That's what Rich is saying right now. Lost his flash, still died. The shutdown went to a Xin Zhao, who's already got his 2 items, but small victory. The gold lead shrinks. I'd love to see another red mountain appear on the gold graph in a little bit. This is just Scuttle Vision. Rich sees him, or sorry, Raptor sees him. Rich flashes, but he gets charged on.
It's just, I don't even know what to call it. Like, if you're walking over a scuttle, you don't have vision over the wall, and you're alone. You know, it's kind of like what happened at Clear earlier. It just feels like you just feel invulnerable, like you can kind of do whatever you want, because there's really no reason to walk against that north wall unless you really feel like you are totally safe. But there was no way he could have known whether he was safe or not, so just assumed he would be invulnerable, that he would be safe 100%. Here comes the attempted engage from Yehu, but just kind of running at them. No flash right now for the Annie.
Clear trying to set up a flank potentially here, as we're just going to cull.
Did a little bit of damage. Just a little bit. Now trying to engage on the Diablo. The flash on in from Ondel is beautiful. They're going to take down Diablo, and that's a double here on the Wukong. Sponge collects.
I mean, it's a trade for Yehu, but he did his job. And now Raptor is in trouble.
Yeah, follow up here with the Cyclone as Vicla's like, well, I better get in there. Clear's got a decent angle. But honestly, I feel like for DRX, they can kind of just run forward. They don't really have to kite this one out, but they are, just to play it extremely safe, and that is the play book of DRX.
I mean, DRX are just like, okay, wait, is there an angle for them? They're like, no, actually. And then they just continue to walk forward and then take the dragon, and they played it safe. As a big part of this was the flank attempt from Clear, and like, watch the part of this fight that you guys might not have seen because you were focusing on Diablo. On the left side here, Yehu zoned out but wants to deny any sort of entry from Clear. Is able to sit over here and look for a stun. Vikla gets on top of him. They collapse here, but there's no peel for Diablo whatsoever because of this. So it's a trade, 2-for-1 for DRX, but they got your damage. You got their engage, but guess what? They got more engage because they're running Wukong and Rakan. And it's a draft gap, I think, on display in this moment. Obviously, a lot of the wind has been out of the BNK sails, but you get to see how much more agency DRX have now that we've gotten to a game state where they can team fight. It looked like we were never going to get there, but a few mistakes later, and now it's DRX's game to lose.
Yeah, it definitely is. They have the control. The onus is on them to not make mistakes now, and so far they have looked like the cleaner team, you know, which is weird to say after the early game. Like, BNK's dives were great, but now, I mean, you're playing Brahmin and Rakan is just running all over you as Raptor's going to go down, gets caught out. Baron is up. Could just start it, and that they will. Cyclone on the Baron, the second one.
Yeah, looks like
for damage.
A pretty easy turn here. They're missing Cyclone, but Vikla is isolated.
Yep, they still have the quickness. Vikla's like, maybe I can dodge it. Well, he did, and then he died. And now they can just do the Baron.
2 down, no jungler. No one to steal this. Kellen doesn't have smite. Clear
does.
so, an angle.
Yeah. Tiver's gonna go down. Do they notice that Clear has the smite? I assume they should.
They might just kill him before he can use it.
Doesn't really feel like they have. He's just kind of hanging out in the pit. It's just a flip and it goes to Zaya. Okay. Getting a little bit dicey there, rather DRX, but you got the Baron.
I don't know
matters.
how worried they were, even if they had known about the smite, just simply because I think they crushed the fight. But yeah, they definitely could have just held the Baron at, you know, 2.5k there and looked for the win first. But don't think they knew Valdez, but it doesn't matter. As this Cyclone engage here cuts Raptor off, and this is where things start, as he's just trying to jockey for vision. You can see Diablo, like, look where Diablo is on the map. He's like, I just want to do something. I want to do anything. They want a sandwich, but it's so easy when you have this much CC to turn on a flanker.
What kind of sandwich do they want?
Probably a Reuben.
A Reuben? Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
I was going to say BLT, but maybe, but not really.
I mean, you can get a BLT most anywhere in Korea, but a Reuben, that takes you got to find a more niche restaurant.
Yeah.
So if I wanted a sandwich that I couldn't have, like, if you can't have it, it's when you really want it, right? And a Reuben a little bit tougher to find. You go to a few places, but
yeah. It is pretty difficult.
Yeah, BLT, you know.
You know what's more accessible here than I thought is a Cuban sandwich.
Yeah, you would be surprised how easy it is to find that.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, Cuban, panini, stuff like that.
Yeah.
These sort of, you know, flatbread sandwich, a little bit easier than you expect. This is just a Baron that is going to rack up, like, looking like upwards of 4.5k gold here with all these turrets going down. The siege is real, clear, trying to set something up.
I mean, they're trying to get in on a Sponge, who is quite fed at this point, but his clone is just going to throw out a Cyclone.
They got 2 ults, so it's a small victory. It helps them potentially set up for another play. If they had a TP flank, maybe. Clear does not have teleport at the moment. And Vikla is a Galio, so tough to do that. And DRX are just like, I don't like that. We don't have Cyclone, we don't have Feathers. Just going to back away and take their massive 7,000 gold lead and sit on it and look for a dragon fight. It'd be Soul Point and 3 mountains worth of individual stats for this Wukong.
Talked
Who has
about
Death Stance.
Oh, okay, we're going in on a Diablo. He did not expect Ridge to be there as well. Galio's going to help him out, actually, quite a lot. Meanwhile, Sponge is zoned away from the fight. Big taunt here on the front line, and all of a sudden, now Yehu's on the flank. But look at Teddy, he's left all alone, he's dead. And now it's going to kind of be up to Tibbers and Nanny, and, well, I guess that's enough. They have the wallets, and they just cast a couple of spells at Diablo, and he falls apart like a house of cards. Down he goes, DRX. Looks like they should take game number 1.
His plan still kill Teddy. Oh, no. Well, they killed Teddy a lot. They shut him out of the early game. They got him in that last fight, and he was the only gold deficit across all 5 DRX members. But at the end of the day, GG.
Thank you for that concise.
Teddy for Nexus.
Yeah, Teddy for Nexus trade. And it's not a good trade. DRX and Teddy will take that happily. They'll take down game number 1 after BNK had what looked like an insurmountable early lead. Remember, he was 5-0 8 minutes in.
He had a
5-0.
He had a BF sword, or not a BF sword. He had an IE at like 15 minutes.